Okay, y'all. So I wanted to go over a couple of announcements. So first announcement is that fall retreat is in October. I meant to pull this up real quick. But fall retreat is in October, and I just did y'all see the video that Trey had did with me on Facebook? It seriously, y'all, I mean, not just saying this, but it for real is his favorite event. And last year he missed the event because of being deployed. And he said, and he's on orders and stuff now. And he said, if I'm supposed to work, like I'm going to take leave days to make sure that I'm at fall retreat. Like he really loves it that much. Okay. So I say that because your spouse, if you decide to come, your spouse will love it just as much because Trey said he literally told me, of course he did it after I finished the video, but he was like, I really love fall retreat because I feel like you get plugged in with your business and it makes you super happy and giddy and all that. And then while you're getting plugged in with your business, I'm getting to enjoy Gatlinburg and cruise through. And so while you're going to do your girly stuff, I get to kind of enjoy some alone time in Gatlinburg, which now we have Emma. So he's like, I'm excited to literally walk the strip with just me and her. Like he's so excited. And then the hotel that we stay at is right there on the strip, like on the river, really, like a road over from the strip. Um, and it's walking distance from everything. Seriously, I never even get in the car until it's time to leave. Um, it's right there at the aquarium, right there at the strip. Like it's so good. And Holly gets a discounted rate for booking that hotel every year. So we are actually getting to stay at that hotel a little bit cheaper than what it normally costs to stay at that hotel. And I have it pulled up right now. Okay, so the dates are, hold on, October 23rd, 24th, and 25th. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Friday night doesn't start until 6:30. If you're a red jacket, then it's at 6. Um, but still, like, even if you went in Friday morning, right, you have all day to hang out in Gatlinburg until that night, right? And then you can come in for your training and your family still be out playing or whatever. And then Saturday is from 9 to 4. So we start Saturday morning until about 4 o'clock. We will take a lunch break and stuff, and we can go eat in Gatlinburg, like on the strip or whatever. She usually gives us like two hours for lunch. That way we have time to go find a place, sit down, eat, and then you know what I'm saying? Like, so it gives us enough time to go get a decent lunch and then come back and finish by 4. And then you have your whole evening that night with your family. And then Sunday is she does an optional worship service. I love the worship services because I feel like we're really plugging in and getting our Jesus time before we really do the event. And then the event is from 9 to 1. And then you have the rest of the day and then you can drive home. So, and honestly, Trey and I, we like to go in on Thursday night or Thursday so that we can kind of have a full day. You know what I'm saying? To really enjoy. So we stay Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but you don't have to. That's just what we like to do. But the hotel also has breakfast, so that's covered. And it's a very nice hotel. I mean, it's not the Hilton, like we're not talking about the Sheraton or anything. It's Gatlinburg, but it's still very nice. So you can get a 2-queen bedroom or 2-queen room for 126 and some change, okay? And that includes taxes and fees. Or you can do a king and it's 135 and some change. And that's per night, okay? Now, if you decide to not bring your family, okay, then you could literally room with other Mary Kay girls and divide that out between you and the girls. Does that make sense? So if it's just you coming, because I've done that before. My first fall retreat, Trey didn't come. So I stayed with 3 other Mary Kay girls, and the total, because if you do 2 nights, which is, well, Friday night and Saturday night, you're looking at about 250, right? And then 250 divided by 4. that's like $63 a person. Okay. So, for your hotel. And then Holly's registration fee, I believe, is $89 for the event because she rents out the big, huge room, the conference room type thing, and like sets up and has all this stuff set up for us for training and everything. So your $89 is going to pay for that. Okay. But that $89 is for the whole weekend. It's a tax write-off. That's the only thing that has to be paid like ASAP. Okay. Now, when you call to book your hotel, you have to pay at least one night to book the hotel. I do know that. Does anybody have questions about fall retreat? Who's interested or planning to go? Morgan is. Shelly's like, me.
Okay. I don't know my work schedule. So
okay.
That's the only thing. That's what I was looking at, but I didn't write it down. So I'm not sure if I'm on that weekend or not.
Okay. It's seriously, like if I don't ever go, honestly, I'm a girl who goes to all the events, but the truth is that this seriously is my favorite event. We wear jeans and t-shirts all weekend. Like, it's just so chill, and it's like a mini vacay for your family. I really do enjoy it, and Trey does too. So, my other announcement is that Mary Kay's 57th anniversary is on the 13th of this month, okay? And that's just this week. So we were doing, I don't know if you guys got a little Happy Mail envelope from me. I had some flyers in there. One was like, because my birthday, I don't ever talk about my birthday to people, but this year I did. I made a whole promo about it. How fun. So we're doing like a celebration between my birthday and the Mary Kay anniversary. And I'm going to do like a big party for everybody. You're going to get a pink gift from me. And we're going to have cupcakes, like homemade cupcakes. And Little River Coffee, if y'all have ever met with me at the coffee shop, I love my Little River right there in downtown Spartanburg. So to get an invitation, you have to complete 2 things, okay? And you get to choose which ones you want to do. But to get an invitation, you have to complete 2. You can either do 9 facials. You can sell 9 $25 orders, okay? Because I'm turning 25. I just thought this was so cute. Okay, do 9 sharing appointments with me. Have a party on the 9th and the 13th. Sell 9 mascaras and 13 lip glosses. Or order 250 wholesale by the 13th. So you get to pick 2, just whichever ones you want to do, okay? And then you get an invitation to the big extravaganza party. If you sell the product or have the bookings or whatever, then you just snap a picture of your sales tickets or your share sheets or your calendar and you email it to me. And then, yes.
How do you get people to do facials? Because I tried like posting on Facebook, but nobody seems interested.
So sometimes posting on Facebook is not necessarily something that works. I like to private message people. I want, Courtney, if you would be willing to message me that on Voxer, and I will like brainstorm a bunch of ideas for you.
Awesome, because I tried to do a mystery box for $25. Nobody was interested. I tried to do the facials.
Sometimes if you haven't ever, like, I've been doing Mary Kay for 4 years, so I've talked about my business for 4 years on Facebook. Sometimes the initial start of your business doesn't go the way you want it to on social media. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you really just need to focus on making the initial contacts of calling people, like the people you do know and the people you have phone numbers of, to book in the beginning of your business, and then branching out on social media. It's not that you can still do Facebook parties and have your VIP group and stuff, but majority of the time, the truth is that I don't always have great, and I never did in the beginning of my business, had great results of just posting something on Facebook and not a whole lot of people, I mean, people just scroll. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't necessarily just stop and like, oh yeah, I would like to do that. Or, you know what I'm saying? Unless they have been a built customer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've built a good customer base on there. So we've just got to get you using there's scripts that you can use to message the people you personally know, and we'll start there. So if you'll message me after the meeting, I'll hook you up. So I did want to talk about the 300 wholesale events with Holly. Y'all see this? It was a cute little pic collage. So she does a training once a month for if you hit 300 wholesale by the 15th. So that, I wanted to remind you of that. The Facebook Live for that would be on September 19th, and it will be recorded. Okay, so when she does her event with Margaret Barch, y'all know who I'm talking about? The one where if you hit 600 wholesale, then you earn this event. Well, I'm just going to be very frank about it. I don't know who's recording that, but they kind of suck. Because every time you go to hit the link, it's not working, okay? So, but I know for a fact that when Holly does the 300 wholesale, that link always works. Yeah, okay? So, I was just letting you know that. And y'all seen our wholesale prizes this month. And then we are doing a sharing challenge, okay? So the sharing challenge is very important to me this month. I want to make sure that we do 57 sharing appointments across the entire unit, and of course with me. So Holly's doing a big promo for the units where if they hit 57 sharing appointments for the month. And so if you are interested in getting your first team member, the statistics say that if you meet with 5 women, you'll get 1 recruit, okay? So if you have 5 women in mind that would be willing to meet with us for coffee, and of course I pay for coffee. If they're not local, then we can do a Zoom like this, and I still mail them a $5 like gift card for coffee. But I do have the sharing challenge where y'all can get some perks for doing them. But it's going to be a big deal. Holly's going to recognize the units that do finish that at fall retreat. So that's what I'm really working on this month. And then the star deadline is September 15th. So if you're working to be a star, your deadline's coming. I know a lot of y'all are like super close. I tried to mail out all that stuff to make sure. So y'all, my Sitzy girl just dropped off a goodie bag to me, okay, because I did a little bag party for her last month and like a Facebook type party or whatever. And it's my birthday tomorrow. So y'all, I have to show you because listen, if we're in the business of like like the kind of businesses that we are, direct sales, small business, when people drop off a birthday gift for you, it makes you feel like $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So I always try to make people's birthdays feel special, mail them a little something or whatever. If they're really good, I'm a really good customer of hers, okay? I spend money with her every month, you know? But y'all, look at this bag she got me. And she gave me a little wax bar, and it says happy birthday. Okay. If you gave me a mascara and it had happy birthday labeled on it, like, I would be so excited. So I'm just saying, when you have good customers and you make them feel special, they'll always buy from you. You know what I'm saying? That was my point of that. Because I'll never quit buying from her. I've had friends that like joined Scentsy and they're like, oh, you can buy from me now. And I'm like, I don't cheat on my girl. That's wrong. So just a thought of like, what are you doing for your customers for their birthdays? Okay. So we're just gonna dive right in. The beast mode sheet that got turned into me was from Lindsay. And Lindsay's not on here. So I'm just gonna be mailing her a little goodie for turning in her beast mode sheet. So I wanna really encourage you guys to turn in your beast mode sheets. So I can see how I can help you improving your business, okay? So for those of you who did earn the Margaret Barch and Holly Lowe call, kudos to you. If you missed it, no worries, because I actually wanted to train you guys on exactly what they trained on us. So get excited because you're about to get the training from those two NSCs. So if you missed it, no worries. I took notes and I'm about to tell you all about it. Okay. So these are not really my words, but you know, they're my notes from the training and everything. And I really enjoyed the training. It kind of kicked me in the tail right where I needed it. So I'm just gonna give you all of that. So believe it or not, there's only 16 more weeks left in this year, 2020. Okay, 16 more weeks. Okay, so I'm calling it the Sweet 16. So where will you be at the end of the Sweet 16? Will you be a red jacket? Will you be on Target car? Like, will you have 20 new customers or 16 if you decide you want 16 new customers, you know, one a week? Just where do you want to finish at the end of 2020? Okay. Margaret said this and it kind of kicked me, right where I needed it. So have you ever felt like it's not, okay, so we have savings and everything, but sometimes when stuff like this happens, when your transmission blows or something, you feel broke. You're not necessarily broke, but you feel it. You know what I'm saying? So Margaret had said broke for a few weeks happens, but broke for more than a year is a choice. And I was like, oh man, she's right. Because the truth is that our income in Mary Kay is unlimited. Unlimited. Nobody gives us a monthly cap or whatever. We decide how much we make based on how much we're willing to put into it. And so that was a big, eye opener for me. She said, are you working? Are you finding a way? Are you making a way? Think bigger and wake up. Because the truth is, you guys, that we get to make a way in Mary Kay. Like, there's always more women to meet. Always. Do y'all know every single woman in Spartanburg County? I sure don't. You know what I'm saying? And we're just we have a very small county compared to other people, like around the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a very small county. There's a lot of people to meet with. And the company always said for every bank in your town, there should be a pink Cadillac. There's that much money in your town that could be a pink Cadillac. I was like, holy moly, we got a lot of banks. Where's the caddies at? Okay, so she said knowledge without action is a poor man's wealth. Like, knowledge without action. Like, you can know all the ins and outs of Mary Kay, but if you don't go get into work, you're literally just a poor man's wealth is knowledge. Like, you're going to continue to stay poor if you're not working. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily poor, but you get what I'm saying? So have you set your schedule up for success this month, y'all? It is September 8th. It's already been a week. You know what I'm saying? We've got 3 more weeks in September. But have you set your schedule up for success? Do you have parties or facials on your date book? If you don't, like Courtney was saying, like, I've got to figure this thing out because I'm trying to make some money. So where in your calendar can you fit your Mary Kay? Is your work schedule clear? You know, sometimes, like, I'm one in a million. People don't always work Mary Kay full time. They work it part time, but they still have to fit it in their normal schedule. Whether you work a full time job, whether you're a full time mom, whether you're trying to master this homeschooling thing, or trying to master sending them to school 1 or 2 days a week, like whatever you're doing. Oh, hold on, I have another consultant getting on. So whatever you're doing, how are you fitting it in your schedule? Have you figured that out? Also, she said, hold on. Mute. So, okay, so Christmas sales. Have you made a holiday strategy? Have you decided what you want to do? I am going to do a social media holiday like gifting service type thing. I haven't fully laid it out yet, but that it's in the works. It's kind of going to be like a normal, or I would do an open house, except for it's going to be all online. They're going to go get to see. I'm going to snap a really good picture of all the different gift sets that I'm offering this year, and they're going to get to pre-order how many they want, and then I'm going to deliver it to their house. So that's what I've decided to do. What have you decided to do? Y'all, there's a basquillion ideas, and listen, next month I'll have a whole Christmas training for you, but you can seriously go to Pinterest and put Mary Kay Christmas and find a bunch of ideas and pick a handful or less. You don't need more than 5, okay? Like, just pick a handful or less and run with it. When you start doing a confused mind does nothing, right? So you just need to pick a few things that you're good with doing, that you feel confident in doing, and run with it. And don't feel like it's got to be perfect. And I read something in a book today that said that not all ideas work. It's okay if it doesn't work. Just remember that you've got to learn to pivot quickly so that you can just continue to make money. Does that make sense? So just like Courtney had said in the beginning, hey, I tried this and this and it's not working for me. I need to figure out something else to do. Figure that out quickly. Realize those things quickly, just like she had done. She's tried that this week and it's not working, so she needs to move on, right? So same thing with your holiday strategy. Figure out what you want to do, try it. If it don't work, move on quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get butthurt if something doesn't work for you. My first open house sucked. I'm just being honest. It sucked. I had 5 customers. That's why it sucked. Like, because I didn't have people to come. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, to be able to do a big extravaganza thing like that, you've got to have a customer base, you know? So, okay. Your VIP page. Margaret was talking about making sure that you are posting something daily. So I had at the beginning or at the end of last month, I printed out this September schedule. Okay. And I think I mailed it to just about everybody. If you haven't gotten one, private message me and I can email it to you, or I can mail you one, whatever's good for you. But this is a social media calendar. It gives you ideas on what to post every day. And then this will give you your ideas. And then I created a group on a photo album on our Nikki's Queen Bees group on Facebook. And it's got all the images that it talks about. So if you got a Tip Tuesday or whatever, it's literally an image already made up for you to just save to your phone and put it on your group, okay? So I'm trying to do those monthly so that y'all have all of that. I don't want you to feel like you have to figure out what to post for 30 days, you know? Like, I just want to be able to hand it to you and you literally just go schedule all the posts for the month and be done with it. But you still want interaction on your group. That way, when you do decide to go live one day, or you do decide to have a sale one day, that you're getting interaction and your people are still on that group scrolling. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So what are you doing on your VIP group on a regular basis? Okay. And then Margaret said to keep your emotions in check. Y'all, I think you can never have enough training on time management, emotional management, and money management. Because the truth is that we're always going to be growing in all 3 of those areas. I feel like we can constantly work on those, and that you may progress in those areas, but you're never going to perfect those areas, okay? There's always going to be room for growth in your emotional, time, and money management, okay? But get creative. Y'all, when I felt myself feeling stressed today when the enterprise guy was trying to get me to spend $600 and my transmission or my mechanic called and said it was my transmission and that was $2,800 to $3,600. That's when I was like I could feel myself. You know what I'm talking about? So what kind of strategy do you have for yourself when you start to feel this way? Because even if you're not, full-time in Mary Kay, you're still going to have things in life that stress you and give you anxiety. And remember, in our Bible study last week, it said worrying is a sin. So we've got to figure out what helps us get over those emotional hurdles. That's what I like to call them, as a hurdle. Okay? Because the truth is we can get through it as quick or as slow as we are willing to get through it. As quickly or as slowly as you are willing. Okay? So I know that when I go get me a coffee, and this might just be in my head, but I know it works for me. If I go get a coffee and I take 5 deep breaths and I go get in some quiet time with Jesus, my anxiety lowers tremendously. That's what works for me. So do you have a strategy? Get creative, but do you have a strategy for your emotional wellness? Okay. And you guys understand that, remember, just like I said, that not everything works, or not everybody buys, or not everybody signs up, right? You just got to continue to keep working. And Margaret had said, stop complaining. And I thought that was kind of like, it was a little intense when she said, stop complaining. But I was like, man, she's right. Like, we know that 1 in 5 sign, right? So if we just keep doing, if we don't stop on the first or the second, but we go to the 5th, right? We just continue to do the work, the results will come. God will bless us. So we just got to go do something. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then she asked this question, and man, it really made me think about like what I was doing. She said, if I spent the week with you, what would I think about your business? Okay, this is a national sales director. She said, if I spent a week with you, what would I think about your business? I was like, man, what would she think? I mean, even if I'm a great consultant, sometimes I'm still like, man, I could have been better at this, or I could have been better at this. You know what I'm saying? She said, what is your work ethic like? What would I know what your goal was? She said, less ideas and more activity. Y'all, I think sometimes we overcomplicate it. We're like, we need this idea, we need that idea, but really we just need to go back to the basics of Mary Kay and do your booking calls. I know they're not fun, but listen, back in the day when Mary Kay was building this multi-million industry, there was no such thing as internet or text messaging. There was no such thing as internet and text messaging. She seriously, everybody, if they wanted a booking, had to do it over the phone. Isn't that crazy? So, I've literally really kind of trying to, I'm trying to master I've been in Mary Kay for 4 years. It's my full-time job, all of that, but I'm still trying to master the bookings, the consistency in my bookings. I think when I master that, everything will be amazing. She said, you really have 24 hours to make a decision on what you're going to do and finish this month. So, what are you going to do in the next 24 hours to keep you going in your business for this month, and what your goal is? Okay, so that was Margaret's training. Okay, Holly's training was actually, of course, my favorite. So she said that she had an epiphany. I love that word, so I wrote it down. And that you have to pay for balance in your life. And she started talking about hiring help and all this stuff that she's been doing and everything. And I don't necessarily think, she's moving her assistant in and stuff. And no, I can't do all that. I'm not moving nobody in my house, okay? I don't even think I really like my dogs sometimes. I don't need any extra people. Okay. But, and I don't think she was really recommending that for you to move people in, but that's all I kept thinking about. But She said, planning will give you security. Planning will give you security. She said, if you're feeling chaotic, there's a lack of planning somewhere. And I started to think she's right, because when my car situation happened, the lack of planning on my daily schedule made me feel chaotic, because I felt like I'll be at home 24/7 until the car is fixed, until Trey is home. So I have all the time in the world. And that's where the lack of, y'all can see Turbo in the background. Sorry, that's his booty. Okay, anyways, sorry, I'm having a little fun looking at my screen. So if you're feeling chaos, there's a lack of planning somewhere. So what needs do you have? So right now, my cleaning lady is not coming today, which kind of makes me a little cranky, because my house is a little messy. It's not bad. My mom said, Nikki, if you would just pick up the toys, it would be perfect. And I was like, whatever. So I've got to put that on the calendar this week for me to pick up Turbo's. Drive me insane. Y'all got to go with. Sorry, now my forehead is cut off, but now he's not bothering me. So, Courtney, what's up?
I am the worst person in the world when it comes to house cleaning, but my husband likes to clean house. So our counselor, we have to make a list, like a daily list of what he needs to get done and what I need to get done. Because we don't have a house cleaner. I wish we could hire one. But a list of chores, if it's the bathroom or something. And it really helps to have a list and to know what you have to get done that day.
Right, and that helps with less chaos and stuff, right? To plan it out for you and him. It makes him feel secure, right?
Yep.
You don't care about house cleaning, but he does. Yeah, it's total opposite. My husband, he does not care what that, well, I say that he does, but he doesn't. Like, he has his moments where he cares. But then, like, he'll, like, sit around in his boxers and eat chips and have crumbs everywhere. And I'm like, you're driving me insane. Like, pick up your goldfish, dude. And then my kid, she took a whole bag of goldfish today and dumped them in the floor. And I was like, and my mom said, you're not supposed to give her a whole bag or a bowl of anything. And I said, apparently, thank you for telling me that now. Like, you could have told me that like a month ago. Okay? I'm just saying. Anyway, so if you're feeling chaos, there's a lack of planning somewhere. So figure it out. You know, I like to make a whole list for myself of things that, like my check off list, you know, and I do the 3 Ds. It's either I'm going to do it, delegate it, or dump it. Okay. And 90% of the time, the yard work gets dumped. I'm just being honest. Okay. I'm like, forget the yard. It's not going to make me any money to cut the grass. I don't care. My grandma, she might roll over in her grave if she's in the yard, but she's not here today to tell me about it. So it's okay. We'll talk about it when I get to heaven. So, what needs do you have? What needs do your family have? And how can you fit those in your schedule? And how can you fit your business in your schedule? Okay. So 3 things that will derail your business. Are you ready? Number 1, time management. Number 2, money management. And number 3, emotional management. You have to know that you are always going to be perfectly imperfect. And that you will never be completely perfect at any of those things. But if you consistently work on all 3 of those things, that's when your business will continue to flourish. You have to continuously work at all 3 of those things, okay? Holly said, just keep growing and give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. And that made me feel like she took 20 bricks off of my chest when she said, give yourself some grace. You know, sometimes I think we really do forget to give ourselves grace. Oh, well, this week I might have sucked at this 10 things, but I really rocked at these 20 things. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we've got to learn to not focus on the things that we are not doing so great at, but to focus on what we are doing good at. But also, don't forget about the things that you need to work on. You know what I'm saying? You want to be conscious of them. You want to know about them, but you don't necessarily have to focus 24/7 on those. I think that's when we start to get into that emotional management, because you start to feel less than. So she said to stop complaining. Everything is figure outable. Because today I felt like, gosh, we're never going to get out of this hole, you know, of my car situation. But the truth is, it's figure outable. I'm going to rent a car for a week. During this week, we're going to look for a car, and then we'll find one and we'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes your business may seem like it's not figure outable, but it always is. It's always just a matter of planning it out and then, you know, acting on your plan. Okay. So, it is a process. And then she talked about link to the legacy. To this month, 600 wholesale jewelry piece, I think it's a bracelet, is the title of it is called Link to the Legacy, because Mary Kay left a legacy. You know, 57 years ago when she started this business, you guys, I don't know if y'all have ever read the first book, Mary Kay's autobiography. When she started this business, you guys, 57 years ago, women could not go get a job. 57 years ago, women could not go get a job like a man and get paid the same amount. Do you know that? 57 years ago, okay? And some may argue that that's still not, you know, necessarily the case, that you can't go get it. I mean, that's controversial or whatever, but I know that 57 years ago, a woman had to work. If she worked the same kind of job, and the man would get a promotion before the woman would. Okay, so when she created this business, she wanted to give women a fighting chance to provide for their family. Okay, so she started Mary Kay Cosmetics with $5,000, and that may seem like a lot to some people, may not to other people, but that was her life savings that she put into this business. And every single person that she took this business opportunity to, okay, to invest in, every single person told her she was crazy and that she would be crazy to do this. But she did it anyway because she felt like God was calling her to do this business, okay? She's left a legacy for us, and all she has done is ask us to pass it on. Y'all, when you share the opportunity with someone, you're giving them the opportunity to have more income for their family. You're giving them the opportunity to grow in their confidence. You're giving them the opportunity to grow their household. Have you ever heard the words that, like, we hold the temperature as women in the home? We hold the temperature gauge. You know, when mama's happy, everybody's happy. When mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Y'all ever heard that? It's the truth. And when women are surrounded by godly driven women, they bring home a spirit, you know, a energy of goodness, okay? And we put off energy to our family, and that's why they start to feel that way. Y'all, have you ever been around a negative Nancy? I mean, we all have, right? And by the time you leave, you feel drained. You feel like you just don't even know, like, I mean, you feel negative. That's the truth. So negativity breeds negativity, right? So when you are around positive, driven women, you're going to feel positive and driven, and you're going to take that home, and your family is going to feed off of that. And so, you guys, it is a legacy. And all Mary Kay Ash, when she passed away back in early, I think it was 2001, she just asked that we would continue to pass it on. So Holly has asked us to pass it on this month and do 57 sharing appointments, okay? So I'm willing to do 30 of those personally, but I've got to figure out, if y'all are wanting to do 5 here, 5 there, then that will count too. I have to be present. So How will you honor Mary Kay this month? She's the reason that we are here today. You know, like she was willing to do this for us, to take a leap of faith. How can we honor her this month? Y'all, Mary Kay training and Mary Kay lifestyle, y'all know like other direct sales companies don't do trainings like this. You know what I'm saying? Like Courtney was in some other direct sales. It was another cosmetic industry. And when I told her we do weekly training, she said, really? Because people they go to other direct sales and they don't get this, you know? But in Mary Kay, you do. There is a Mary Kay lifestyle where women are, I mean, really the truth is that this lifestyle, the reason that I am the way that I am when it comes to, because I'm just going to be honest, y'all, my family did not teach me to be very conservative. Okay? They just didn't. My dad's a biker. Okay? Like, I mean, that, I had to say something. And, you know, my mom has a rough background too. So, like, I am as conservative as I am because of my Mary Kay lifestyle, because of my circle of influence of women. You know, like I am surrounded by godly driven women, and you guys, and like the other Mary Kay directors and Holly, like they have taught me like your skirt really shouldn't be that short, or you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know those things when I joined Mary Kay. I didn't. And so it is a different lifestyle. And I think it's a healthy lifestyle, honestly. I do. So we've got to put some work in. We've got to strengthen our discipline muscle. You guys, your discipline muscle tells me a whole lot about you. A whole lot. What are you disciplined in? You know what I'm really disciplined in? Brushing my teeth. Like every day, every morning, even if I'm not leaving the house, that gets done. Because I can't stand to feel like I got something on my teeth. Oh, I floss like, I mean, no other. Jennifer said, every time I FaceTime you, I think you're flossing. I was like, well, I don't do chicken in between my teeth. It grosses me out. So I'm disciplined in that area. I'm also disciplined that the moment my feet hit the floor, I change my daughter's diaper and I start the coffee pot. Like those are the two things that for sure get done every single morning. What are we going to do this month to be disciplined in our business? Are you willing to make your calls? You guys, action plus effort will give you success. Action plus effort will give you success. You guys, there's only 3 things that we can control: what we think, what we say, and what we do. And when we focus on those 3 things and we take the rest of the emotions out of it, that's when it starts to really come together. Okay? Holly said that you have to trust yourself to do the work. You have to trust that this company works. And you have to have faith that God will handle the results. So you have to trust yourself to do the work. Trust that Mary Kay works. And have faith that God will handle the results. So you guys, I mean, that training that they gave us, it really poured into me, and I just wanted to really pour into you. And even if you didn't earn that training, I still felt like everybody needed it. So I want y'all to individually, one by one, just unmute and tell me what you're taking away from today. I am going to write it down because I want to pray over y'all this week. So we can do that. And also, what I think I might do is in the morning, even if you're at work, I'm probably going to go live on our Facebook group and do the Bible study. So if y'all have to work, you can still go back and watch it. It'll be on our Facebook group. So that way y'all can plug in. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have the Bible study book right here. Get Out of Your Head by Jenny Allen is so good. So good. Okay. So unmute and tell me what you're taking away today. Courtney, go first, and then Shelly, and then Morgan.
Well, I take away from today that we really, because for me, it's kind of like a personal experience, which thought about like I've tried a lot of stuff. I'm not getting people to buy stuff. They might look interested, but they're like, I don't have money right now. So it's the whole flipping around and trying something new, putting the effort in to go out there to try. Because really, I was getting really down about like how this was even going to work.
Right.
So that's kind of what I got about today.
So like learning to pivot and just to keep going.
And to not get so down on myself when it doesn't work, just to pivot and try something new. And then maybe I wouldn't be so down on myself if I could pivot.
Okay. Shelly?
All right. The thing that I wrote down that stuck out the most was knowledge without action is a poor man's wealth. And I think that's it. I know a lot, but I'm not doing a lot. And I use, other things, family, job as excuses. And I got to stop making excuses for something that I'm just not doing.
Right. We've missed you. I'm so happy to see your face.
It's good to see you guys, especially new people. That's interesting. Morgan's the only one, actually. So.
Yes. Okay, so knowledge without action is a poor man's wealth. And what else did you say to stop giving excuses and work? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay, Morgan?
Okay. I'm taking away the whole I need to pick myself back up, put my head back in the game, and get refocused. I know I've stepped back where school started and everything with that all craziness. And then when we had the Rona the past 2 weeks.
Are you feeling better?
I am feeling so much better. I went back to work Thursday. I slept, came home and went to sleep. I've slept still a lot, but I think today has been the first day that I have felt like myself again. So
Good.
It's been good. So, but and I sent out a bunch of samples right before I got sick. And so I've been doing follow-ups this past weekend, and it allowed me to book 3 parties. And yes, and I have some people at work now who are interested in buying things. So it just shows me that, get back in it and it'll work its way out. God has a plan.
Thank you, Morgan. I love that. And I'm excited you had 3 parties. Are they this month?
They are this month, yes.
You go, girl. You go, girl. So pick yourself up and get refocused. School started back, and you had Corona and all of that, and so just getting back to work. Okay, is Taisha on? If you want to unmute.
I'm here.
Hey, girl.
I kind of didn't do the camera because I was driving home from work. So definitely glad to be able to be on today. So listening it was very deep. It allowed me to be able to look back and see, exactly what I need to do better in needing to come up out of my eggshell. And that little bubble that I keep hiding myself in, that comfort zone. So what I took was, if I apply it and if I manage my time and I focus, everything else will fall in place. So using those 4 strategies, I feel like I'll definitely be more successful. Lately, it's been pretty rough with the kids in school and
I've been
me
hearing
having
that
to
work
be
has
there.
been crazy.
Oh, that's been even more crazier. Yeah.
Well, Taisha,
Then
I want
coming
to meet
home
with
and
you.
okay.
Lindsay says to be careful if you meet with me. She makes you work.
Oh gosh. Look, I
Lindsay
do a lot
says
of work.
you just bring your day look at your phone, okay?
Yeah. Gosh. I'm having to be versus a part-time teacher or full-time teacher now because my kids are all virtual, even
Yeah.
even my 2 college students. So I'm here, like, when I get off from work, my entire day is spent at the kitchen table.
Okay. I can help you
So
figure out your schedule if you want me to. I
all
don't.
right, thanks.
Okay, babe. I'll message you. Lindsay,
All right.
if you want to unmute and tell us what you're taking away.
Hey,
Hey, girl. Hey.
so I'm taking away the time management as well. I need to get better with giving myself time to do things and also to trust yourself with the work. You can do it. Just trust yourself.
I think that's hard.
It is.
Trusting yourself, okay, to do the work. But then also trusting that when you do the work, that it will work. But then
Right.
taking it a step further and having faith that God will bless the work. Those 3 things, like, totally spoke to me. So I can relate with that. So Lindsay says time management and to trust yourself.
Yes.
And trusting the work. Okay. Y'all, I'm so excited to see your faces today. Thank you for coming and being on the Zoom with me. Don't forget, in the morning, I will be hopping on Facebook, just going to do a Facebook Live and do the Bible study. If you guys want to join me, I do realize that my schedule has kind of gotten off where I was doing every Sunday for booking calls. Y'all, I'm going to be honest, I don't like to do Sundays. So we're going to have to pick a different day. Look, he's like, I got discipline in brushing my teeth. I'm going to reevaluate my calendar, okay, and put out exactly what we're going to do because I want to get back on a routine of doing those with y'all. And if you're willing, I might put a poll up. I know some of y'all Zoom is best, and some of y'all you still really like the in-person. But I feel like when I do in-person that it's not that I mean to, but I feel like I kind of am not giving the people on Zoom as much attention, and I hate that. Like, I want you to all feel equally loved. So, I'm just going to do a poll, and we can figure out if y'all would rather do the Zooms or if you'd rather do the in-persons or whatever. Okay? So, I'll do a poll on our group if y'all go vote. I love you guys. Thank you for hopping on. I'm sorry it wasn't longer. I hope you still had good takeaways. Thank you so much. And if you're planning to go to fall retreat, make sure you get your registration done at least this week, okay? We can sell some mascaras, figure that registration out. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.